Welcome back to Lexington Middle School. I'd like to give you a couple of updates to include in our weekly update. Um, the first thing I want to talk about is genes. Okay, this right here, and I don't know why we're just addressing this in January. I don't know who's in charge of these things, but I'm going to go ahead and introduce it. This right here, some of y'all have seen these. I give these out for winning Teacher of the Month or helping us with duty or any other, if we catch you doing something above and beyond, which I'm sure we don't catch enough of. But, we give these things out, and it is a sticker. You can pull it off, peel it off at the corner, and then, of course, I just put it right there. I think some people have even put it on their shoulder. Okay, so it's a lot of different things you can do, but this just kind of lets us know that you are, I guess, lawfully wearing jeans that particular day. Otherwise, the only days we should really be wearing jeans are on either Fridays. Sometimes we'll have the occasional college day, or whenever we have a home athletic event. But if you're going to wear jeans, otherwise, make sure you have a jeans pass on. Our STAR RTI is actually going to be delayed. I think we originally talked about it starting next Monday, which is January 11th. We're actually going to delay that to January 18th, 2016. We just want to make sure that it's going to be really good. I don't want to start anything that's not 100% ready to go, and I think we're at about 96%, and I would just rather take another week and get that last 4% because I want to make sure that this is worth our while and that it is at its best when we introduce it to our students, because we want it to be flawless. Now, that being said, there are going to be hiccups, just like anything else that you start new, but I feel like if we can get it as good as we can, it's going to help the kids the most. So we're actually going to delay that till the 18th, and I'll give you more information on that. Also, I believe Candace Weiser is actually sharing with you a master roster to go along with the RTI schedule. Make sure you, as a teacher, check that roster and make sure that students that are on there that you're responsible for are in the right spot. So, for example, if I teach Billy Bob 6th grade math and I'm the 6th grade math teacher, and I look on the list and I see that Billy Bob has been placed in enrichment, however, I haven't seen anything this year that indicates to me that he should be in enrichment classes, I'm going to email Candace Weiser or Mr. Paul and say, I question Billy Bob's placement. Can we talk about this? Or I think he needs to be in remediation, not enrichment. Okay, so make sure that you handle that. Once the schedule's set, it needs to stay the way it is as much as possible. Okay, we have a faculty meeting next Wednesday, January 13th. We just had one on the 4th. I don't really like calling two in a row, but this one's kind of important, and it's got some information in it that you're going to need. It is mandatory. Please be there. It'll start at 3:45 in the library. We will not be having a morning session the next day, so for those of you that can't make it, please attempt to make that afternoon one. Obviously, there's going to be conflicts. For those of y'all that just cannot absolutely make it in the afternoon, please make sure that you get caught up the next day with someone that you know that was there. Otherwise, plan on being there, please. It won't be long. Let's talk real quick about Eagle Time. If you weren't happy with the way your Eagle Time was running in the first semester, now is the perfect time to fix it. Okay? Remember, electronic devices should only be used for educational purposes. Okay? Music is not an educational purpose. Video games is not an educational purpose. Make sure that your students are not doing this in your class. I want them using electronic devices because it's going to enhance their learning, but only for educational purposes. Okay, these are not toys. That's their own personal devices as well as school device. So make sure that if we're using those in class, it's for an educational purpose. Eagle Time is probably the time when we most often want to allow the kids to use it, because Billy Bob comes in and says, I don't have anything to do today, miss, so can I listen to my iPod? Well, sure. Well, no, he can't. So please monitor that. Make sure that we're not doing that in the classroom, because what's going to happen is we're going to start this RTI program soon. We want we want there to be an equitable amount of discipline going on in the RTI classes as well as the regular Eagle Time classes, because we want to promote the RTI class. We want it to be beneficial. We want students to be positive about it. If all the fun is happening outside of that class, then that's not where the students are going to want to be. And ultimately, that doesn't help us reach our long-term goals. So make sure that we're monitoring, we're setting the standard in our Eagle Time, make sure the students are being engaged, make sure that you, the teacher, are helping them with whatever assignments they're working on. All of us can help almost anybody with math, science, social studies, English, at least a little bit, okay? So make sure you're up, make sure the students are on task, doing something, working on something related to school. I've emailed you about the PDOS schedule. You should have received an email on a window of when I will probably be coming through. Something you need to keep in mind is that we are going to pre-conference the week before. So whatever week I sent you as an observation week, I'm going to pre-conference with you the prior week during the conference time, during your conference time. And we'll talk more about that during your pre-conference. I'll be emailing you that information out also. School Board Appreciation Month, it's January, it's here. So if you see or meet one of our school board members, please go up and shake their hand, and because we do appreciate what they do. They do a lot for this community, and that job does not pay very well. And so it's a 100% service job, and so they're doing it purely because they want to serve the community. So make sure you thank them, shake their hand. If you want to give them a present on your own, you're more than welcome to do that. But otherwise, just appreciate them for their hard work. Thank you, Lexington Middle School. And again, I appreciate everything you guys do. One of the great things about my position is I really kind of have to dig to find things to improve on because you guys do so great. So keep up the hard work. And remember, my office door is always open if you need anything at all. Thank you.